Good morning, good morning. We are live for our Kookaburra'S class this morning. So as you are coming on, if you can just let me know your name and where you are from. Coolio. There we all are. We'll just give it a couple of minutes while we're waiting for the others to come in. So for those of you that are on now, just write your name in the comments and just tell me whereabouts you're coming up from, where you live. We've had people from Australia, where else? New Zealand, which is where I am from. And we had some people join us from Philippines yesterday, which is really cool as well. Alia's here. Hey, Alia. Hania from Craigiebburn. You guys have both been, I think you've both done all of them, which is awesome. Yay. Cool, guys. I'm just going to move one of these lights. Melbourne. Yes. Melbourne people. New Zealand. Amelia and Danny back from New Zealand. 7 years from New Zealand. Oh, thank you. Love the flamingo sessions. Back for more. Excellent. Yes. Indigo, Victoria. Logan from Melbourne. I think Logan's been on a few of them, which is cool. Bundura. Hello, Taylor from Bundura. I think today. Maybe 30 seconds and then we'll get started. While we're waiting, if you've got you're going to need a sheet of white paper. It doesn't matter what size, A3 one like me. I like to draw nice and big when I'm demonstrating so you can see. But if you've just got a small bit of paper that's about half that size, you can do that as well. Or you may even be drawing in a book. Samara from Melbourne, hi. And you're going to need something to draw with. So you can draw with a marker pen or a texter. I'm going to use a black marker today. You may want to draw with a pencil if that's what you've got at home. For our second one, I'm going to actually draw with an oil pastel for one of mine, which is... That's us. Cool, guys. I'm just going to flick the comments aside because they get really distracted. And we are going to make a start. Actually going there. Cool. We good? We good? All right. So, grab your piece of paper. It's probably better if it's a long way. So, that means the landscape. So, we can pop your... Because we're going to draw a big bird, and the bird's... Yeah. So grab the paper, grab something to draw with. Lots of us are jumping in right now, which is great. So grab a marker pen or something, or a pencil, whatever you have. I'm going to shimmy the camera forward so that you can see more of the drawing as I'm working through it, all right? So let's pop that there. Just going to move my light as well. And we are perfect, ready to go. So, with our kookaburras, let's have a look at the types of shapes they've got. So, when you're drawing something, I always say to my students, if you can draw a circle, and if you can draw a straight line, you can draw anything. Because basically, anything that you draw is just a combination of different shapes and lines. So if we have a look at these kookaburras, we can see what kind of shapes they have. So with their head, if we were to draw that, we'd draw a circle and then almost like a pointy triangle on the end. Then the body, we can imagine that being like a big sort of oval circle. And then we've got almost like a rectangle shape for the tail with a little curve on the end. Okay, so let's think circle, oval, rectangle, and triangle. Okay, so we're going to draw those shapes for you, and I want you to follow along with me. So let's start with the shape of the head. So I'm going to draw a circle. If you've got a pencil, I just want you to draw really, really lightly. Then I'm going to draw another. Remember I talked about drawing an oval shape? I'm going to draw an oval. Some of these lines we're going to rub out. So we've got a circle and we've got an oval. Down the bottom, we're going to draw this long rectangle shape. And then you're going to put a little curve on it. Okay, so it looks a little bit funny at the moment, but don't worry, we're going to put it together. Then on here, we want a diamond shape. Okay, so we've got a circle, our oval for the body, our rectangle, and our diamond. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and add some more detail to this. So I'm then going to now go in darker, and I'm going to start to add those little shapes on, like, oh, you can't quite see it, coolio, like over here on the top of the head. Coming through, and then I'm going to join it, coming underneath. This beak area, we just drew a little triangle. That's a little bit more curved, so let's curve that line. Let's now join the body to the tail. I'm going to pull it up, and then I'm going to pull that around. So you can start to see the shape of the bird come together. Very, very simple shapes, and then we're drawing little lines on there. Tell me how you're going. Just going to have a look in the comments. Tell me if you're going all right. If you can just give me a like, if you can do the like or the love button, not the angry button, which we had people doing yesterday. Let me know how far you've got up to with your bird. So we should have the shape kind of drawn. Yep, we're good. Cool, thank you. Yes, 2 of us are good. 3, 4, there's 26 of us. 5. You're probably all still practicing. Good shapes. Yes. All right, guys. Cool. Now what we want to do, let's add some details to our kookaburra. So let's go in and put in this really cool eye. We're going to do a couple of different versions today. So we're going to draw a circle. You draw a circle for me on your face, or on the head of the kookaburra, I should say. Cool. And then I want another circle in the center. And I want you to colour it in, but leave a tiny, tiny white bit there. It makes it look like the kookaburra is more alive or realistic if we leave a little white bit in there. And for those of you who have been drawing with me for the last couple of days, it's always how I tend to do our eyes. So we've got a cool eye. Now let's add this beak. I'm going to pull a line out and put another line through here to separate it. Let's move that in closer for you guys, eh? Then I'm going to pop this really cool colour panel that goes off the eye there. because the Kookaburra'S, they tend to have a really, really dark area around their eye. So we've got our shapes drawn, we've got our eye, we've got this nice feature of a Kookaburra, and we've got the nice beak drawn up. Now doing some cool patterns in here. So you can do your feathers however you want. We can do some little half circles, like so. You can do them pointier if you wanted. It's up to you. But I'm going to go in and I'm going to add a lot of little feathers to my Kookaburra. So I'm going to do one row at a time, and then I'm going to move right down. So you can follow along with me, adding in your feathers. You can make them bigger as they come down the bottom if you wanted to. Now if you've drawn yours in pencil, what you can then do is you can actually go back and rub off some of those lighter pencil lines. But because I drew mine on with a marker pen, I can't rub them off, okay? But I just wanted to show you how we can draw the shapes. Sometimes it's a lot easier to draw a shape in first and then to add the curvy lines in when we're drawing an object, especially a bird. So all adding some nice feathers, however you want to do yours. I'm going to stop mine as I get towards the bottom, and I'm going to do something a little different for my tail. Cool. Yeah, we're going good. Right, for the tail, I'm going to do some sections or some lines that come across. A different pattern going through like that. Good, good, good. Rhiannon's here from Tauranga. Welcome, fellow New Zealanders. Right, are we ready to put our feet in? Pop some feet in. So just underneath, let's just put a little curvy, it's almost just like a claw. And then we're going to sit the Kookaburra on a branch. So we branch underneath that claw that we're just drawn on. Cool. And then let's go back over the other side, shall we? Let's pull that branch through the other side of our page. So it looks like the Kookaburra is just sitting on a nice little branch there. Ashveen's here. Morning, Ashveen. How are we going? Let me know when you've finished and we'll move on to the next one. Let me move this one out of the way. We're going to draw 2 Kookaburra'S today. Rebecca from Sydney, welcome. If you're just joining us, you can either work on this one or you can wait. In about a minute or two, we're going to move on to the next one. I'm just waiting for you guys to tell me you're done. If you can just comment below and say you're ready for the next one or I'm done, that would be awesome. Because I don't know if your love hearts are telling me if you're happy or if you're ready for the next one. So just comment below ready or done. Or if you're still working, that's okay as well. You can come back and watch this video or finish it off afterwards. You don't have to finish it all during this time. Cool, cool. You've just arrived. Cool, awesome. We're going to start on the second Kookaburra. We're going to do a big painting with this one. Cool. Are we all still drawing, guys? We must be. I think you're probably drawing all your feathers in, yeah? Cool. I'm going to move on to the next one. If you're still doing your feathers, that's okay. You can keep doing it while I change the paper, or you can just pop it to the side and we can start the next one, and then you can come back and finish it, all right? Okay. Righty, we're going to start on our, actually, we're just going to do another practice one. We're going to draw the other Kookaburra now, and I'm going to draw it for you the same way we did before. So we're going to have a look at the shape. So let's pull this one out. Cool. So we've just drawn this one here. Now we're going to move over and we're going to start looking at this Kookaburra. So remember, we're looking for the shapes in the object. So this one here, he's quite a little bit chubby around his head and his body, but we're going to do a similar thing where we're going to draw a circle that represents, and then we're going to attach a big long oval piece, just like we did before. We're going to do a long rectangle for the tail, and then we're going to draw a triangle, a long triangle for the beak. So I'm going to lightly draw in those shapes for you. If you're using a pencil, I want you to just draw it in really, really lightly to start with, because some of these are lines that we need to rub out. Okay, so draw for me a circle on your page. I'm going to try and draw thin with my little marker pen. Draw for me a circle. That's going to be the head. Let's move that over. Cool, that's much better. Now we're going to look at the body piece here. So let's now draw a big oval shape to represent the body. And again, you're just drawing that really, really lightly. It's going to look funny to start with, okay? But we're going to fix it up, so don't worry about it. Circle, oval. Now on the bottom, down here, we need to add the tail. So we're going to do 2 curve rectangles, little curves on the bottom. And the last shape we need to draw is coming off the head. So we need a triangle coming through, which we're then going to turn into a beak. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go back and we're going to add these shapes on. So the Kookaburra'S head, we're going to come around darker, and then we're going to do some spiky, see right there, we're going to do some spiky bits that represent their fluffy hair. And then we're going to do a big curve that then joins to the tail. Oops. Coming up like so. Okay, so you can see now, even though we drew those different shapes on to start with, how we can join it together to make our picture work. Okay, let's then look at this beak. I want it to be a little bit more rounded, not so pointy, like down here. And then we'll just put a line in there to separate the beak. So we've done our shapes. We've got some fluffy for the hair coming along, and then we've got a nice beak. Okay, now let's try and get this bit around here going. Okay, so mine's quite fast, so I want to sort of pull it out a bit. So I'm going to now make my little kookaburra a bit of a fatty. So I'm adding some more to his body. And then I'm going to pull a big long line down to add some feathers on that come through the bottom there. So you can rub these working lines out. So they're the light lines where you drew the shape. So when you drew the circle and the oval, you can rub those out now if you want to. So we've got this really, really cool shape. What else we need to do? Let's pop in the eye. So we're going to do a slightly different to the other one. We're going to do I'm going to shimmy it forward for you. Let's have a look at the eye. Let's do a half circle that comes over the top. You can do that for me. It's kind of like an eyebrow. Okay, now I want you to do another circle underneath it. Let's just sort that out. So we've got a circle and a half circle over top. Then you're going to colour in, and remember we're leaving that white little dot there for the eye. How are we going with that? Cool? And then, just like you did the other one, you can go and put your own feathers on there. You can do whatever you want. I'm going to do some ruffles. Some squiggly lines which look like ruffles, which look like the Kookaburra'S ruffly feathers. I'm going to do a different way. Like on the other one we did those little circle ones. This one I'm doing ruffles. Now, I'm now going to pop something different in there. And I'm going to do some small feathers like that. So it's kind of like this type of shape. Okay. So this is just our practice one. How are we going? Hey Harper. Where you been? You done? Someone's ready? Cool. Oh, you guys are answering my question. Alia's telling me I'm going too fast. I'm probably always going too fast for you. Good, good, good. Are we up to the feathers? Can you guys let me know where you're up to, please? Say I'm up to feathers or eye or beak or I don't know, whatever part you're working on. Where are we up to? While you're letting me know, I'm just going to finish this one off of the feathers. Up to features. Thank you. Feathers. We're up to the feathers. Cool. You guys are awesome. Yay, yay, yay. I'm not going too fast. That's okay. We all draw at different speeds. Some of us draw really slow and do really, really nice tidy work. Up to the ruffles. Cool. Cool. Remember, you can go back and watch this later on. You can finish it off. Even if you've only done a couple of feathers, that's okay. You don't need to get them all done in this class. You can do them after class is finished. We good? We good? Someone's giving me the crying face. Are they sad because I'm going too fast? Why is that person crying? Angry face. Come on. No angries. All right, let's put a little claw on, same as what we did before. We're going on a different side. Cool. And then we're going to pop a branch underneath. Kookaburra sitting on the tree. Draw a branch. We good? We good? I'd love to, the person who keeps pushing the crying, can you tell me while you're crying? Because it's confusing. I don't know what that means. There should be no tears. No tears in art class. Just happiness. We good? We good? Cool. Right, are we ready to start on our big one? Let me know if you're ready for the big one. Going to draw a big one together and we're going to colour it in. If you don't want to draw another one, that's okay. You can colour in the one that you've drawn today, one of the two. Let's move this back. And I move it. Just going to move it down a little bit, yeah? We good? We good? Lots of... So we must be ready for our big one. Ready for big one? Yes! Let's do it. Alright. Let's get the show on the road, guys. Okay, now, you can draw yours however big or small as you want. You can colour in one of the ones that you've just done. Or you could even draw two kookaburras on one page, like I did over on that one there, if you want to do that option. Because we've drawn two kookaburras that are going facing different ways, so you could do that. And if you've got the drawing guides, which you may have, your parents may have got for you, you can use those. Otherwise, you can just follow me, all right? And we will be totally fine, okay? Happy faces in art, guys, happy faces. Okay, I'm going to stick this up. I'm going to do, take that out of my way, it's distracting me. Am I going to do fatty? Am I going to do my fat one or am I going to do that one? Fatty or skinny, not sure. You know what, I think I'm going to do the fatty one. Am I? Yeah. Okay, I'm going to draw it without drawing those circles and the oval shapes that we did on the other one. If you found that a good technique to use, you can use it. Otherwise, just follow the quick version with me. Okay, so I'm going to draw this one, which you can't see. So then if I pop again, I'm going to draw this one here. Okay, so I'm going to draw... Now, I'm using an oil pastel because I'm going to colour mine in with watercolour. And oil and water don't mix. If I use my marker pens, which sometimes I do, when I put the watercolours on, they tend to bleed. Okay, so I'm going to use my oil pastels. So let's go with that. And I'm going to find a sharper edge. See this edge at the top? It's not as sharp. So I'm going to actually use this bit on the bottom, which is going to give me a nice smooth edge. That was a really close shot of my finger. Just funny. Okay, let's make a start, yeah? Ruffles, ruffles. Down to the body with the tail off the end. So you can copy along with me this way if you like. So it's almost like a long straight line, kind of. Come around for the head. We do some ruffles with the feathers on the head, and then we do the body. And then the body starts to merge in another line to the bottom of the feather there. Then I want you to come back to where this point is, and let's do the beak, and pull the beak up. Draw your beak on. See if you can do that for me. Put the beak on there. Okay. Now we're going to go underneath. We're going to do the big belly on the kookaburra. And it gets thinner as it comes down towards the bottom, because that's where it starts to join, the body starts to join into the tail. I'm missing a tail, but I'm going to put another tail feather on there. It's going to shake his tail feather. How are we going that way? Are we okay following it this way? Do skinny, fat. Don't forget nostrils. Oh yeah, that's true. Okay, ruffle one. Yeah, I'm doing ruffle one. Cool. Okay. So, you've gone around. You've got some feather, jagged things with feathers on the top. You've almost got a straight line, but don't make it perfectly straight because it won't look correct. All right, so let's bend that line a bit. Pull it down to join into a tail. Then draw in your nice beak. Draw in some big belly. You can do it as fat or as skinny as you want. Now we're going to go in and I'm going to start to put some ruffles in the body. I'm going to put a ruffle line here. And another one. And then it's almost like a wavy line underneath. Another wavy one underneath. So it's ruffle feathers. Then I'm going to do some small feather shapes on the bottom. So long ones. So they're like rectangles, but they have a curve on the bottom. And then we can do some down here. Put some oil pastel on my hand. So ruffles, long ones. Then on my tail, I'm going to colour in my black. Some little shapes like this. Cool. Then we need to put a line in our beak, don't we? Separate it. And finally, our eye. So remember, we go half circle. Big circle underneath. And then a smaller circle, but we leave a white bit. My eye looks funny. It looks like he's looking sideways. Why? I'm going to have to move it. How's that? It's a bit better. Put his foot. Draw the foot on first, and then we draw, I'm going to draw a big long tree branch. I'm going to take it right to the edge of my page. I'm going to colour this one in with you guys. Right, oops, can't see it properly. Right to the edge. And then I'm going to pop another little bit up here. How are we going? Okay. Yay, Monique's doing 3 birds. Good on you. Make sure you share it with me. Now I'm going to add, because there's not a lot going on in the background in my picture, I'm going to add some other stuff in there. So I'm going to pop in like some little leaves almost. So they look like they're coming off the branches. Just to make it look a little bit more interesting, because at the moment there's not a lot going on in the background. Then I might even draw some flowers in the background, kind of like we did with those flamingos, if those of you who did my flamingo class. So I'm going to draw a circle. Oops. I'm going to draw a circle. Just broke my pastel, but that's all right. They break all the time. Okay, then let's draw some petals off. How are we going? Just trying to see that my head's not too much in the thing. Circles, and then draw a different type of flower here. Some sharper points. Similar to the petals I just drew, but these ones have got points on the end. And then maybe this side over here looks like it doesn't have much in. So I'm going to draw another flower. So these are just ideas that you can do. You don't have to go as fast as I am. You can watch me and then you can come and finish your one off. So now I'm going to start to colour it in. Now I'm going to use my trusty watercolor set here, if I can open it. Yes, I can. My watercolor set here. If you don't have watercolors, that's okay. You can use color pencils or felts if you're in New Zealand, textures if you're in Australia. What else? You could use oil pastels, or you can just leave yours black and white as well. It's totally up to you. So I'm going to get a bit of water on my brush. And I'm going to start by painting my background first. So I'm actually going to start with the sky. So when we're painting, it's a really good idea that if there's something in the background, that you paint what's in the background first, okay? And then you paint the stuff on top. So I'm going to load my brush up. I want more paint than water. If there's too much water on there, it'll be too runny. So I'm going to start at the top. Nice dark blue for the top. Oops, got that on the side. Let's get that off later. Coming around the outsides of my flowers. I don't want to paint those in just yet. Some more water. Nice dark blue, the top. And as it comes, I'm actually going to make it lighter. So I'm going to use a lighter blue. And then what that will do is it will just kind of make it look like it's fading in the distance. The other thing we can do is we can just water down our paints. We can use less paint and more water, like this. And then it simply looks like it's fading, doesn't it? Let me know if you've got any questions. Cool. Someone's just in a whole lot of pictures of birds. That's cool. All the bird emojis coming out. I found the Kookaburra emoji in the on Instagram, which was cool. Actually, it was a GIF. So if you've got any questions, guys, you can write it below. Otherwise, I'm assuming you're all creating your beautiful Kookaburra pictures for me. that you're going to all share at the end of class or when you finish them. Probably a little bit later on, yeah? You'll need to get your mum or dad to photograph it for you and pop it up. Just painting in the background at the moment. Now the great thing about these oil pastels is see how I can just touch where that black oil pastel is and it still stays and the watercolor won't be able to go over it. So it's very, very cool. I need to concentrate, don't I? Let's get the sky in. I think I drew too many things in my background. I'm going to go around everything. Good, we're good. Questions? Are we going to do another class this month? That is a very, very good question. I'll get back to you on that one. This is the last class that we have planned at the moment, but things are changing with schools and terms for next year, so I'll let you know, all right? Thank you, Amelia. You've been doing very, very well yourself. There was another question. I'm using watercolor pencils. Watercolor pencils are cool. I love watercolor pencils, yes. Rhiannon's third time using watercolors with you and she loves it. Yeah, watercolors are cool. I love them too. Yay, good guys. We're all trying different media or different, we'll call them media. Different art supplies might make more sense to you. Always good to try new things. Paint pens are cool too if you happen to have any paint pens. Very cool. All right, let's get some sky in here done. If we did do another class while you guys are painting or drawing, what's a topic or something that you would like us to do? That would really help me out. So you let me know what kind of things you want to learn to paint or draw. And then you never know, we might do a class on that. Crocodile. We could. I haven't seen any crocodiles in a long time. I only really seen them at the zoo, I think. I didn't think of crocodiles. It's a great idea. Colouring those in. We're all colouring in at the same time, are we? Which is cool. So you can just add less and less paint and more water to your brush if you want to fade it out to the bottom, and then it's going to look like the sky is fading in the distance. It's a magic trick. Now you know all the tricks. Fading it out to the bottom. Okay, let's think about our Kookaburra and what colour we're going to paint it. What colour are we going to paint? Sea life. Oh, that would be fun. Do you mean things like fish and seahorses and those kinds of things. Is that what you mean by sea life? Right, now I'm going to do the branches, and I'm going to use a darker brown for cartoon characters. Yes, I'm actually teaching cartoon characters to my a class that I'm going to be teaching next term, so I'll know lots about that. I'm going to put some dark on the bottom, and then I'm going to put some lighter brown, this one here, at the top. And then I'm going to blend them together. It's going to look like the branch is more rounded. Like so. Look at that, magic trick. So dark brown, dark colour, cats, melting ice cream, sharks. You guys have got some great ideas. Ice cream one. I love ice cream. Cool. Coming around. Look at those branches. Very simple trick, guys. Dark at the bottom and light at the top. So if you're doing that with your colour pencils, make sure it's slightly darker. If you don't have two different colours, you can do it this way. Let's see if this will work. You can put lots of watercolour at the bottom so it's quite strong, and then you can water it down as it comes to the top. Let me show you. And then I'm just going to get some water with my brush, and then you can bring it up like this. See, I've only got one brown, but I've got dark and light brown. Same thing, yeah? Two different ways of doing it. Am I going to be doing more classes next week? I'm going to let you know. I'll let you know. We're just chatting about that right now. Who's back at school next week? See, Melbourne people, where I'm from, are supposed to be going back to school next week, but I don't think, if you're in New Zealand, I think you're still on holidays / lockdown, yeah? Still on lockdown. Still 2 more weeks home with all your family. Okay, let's colour in the flowers. Pink. And while I'm doing that, you guys can think about what colour I'm going to paint. Victoria at back at school online. Yes, I'm a teacher, so I'm teaching my, I teach part-time, so I'm teaching my classes online from next week as well. It's going to be interesting. Online school next week as well. Yep. If you're doing online school for your normal school, do you think you'll have time to do art classes with me? You should get sent some art classes from your teacher, I would think. Let me know if you're still keen to do it. Oops, I nearly coloured in the leaves. Pink. That one in pink too. Right. Some yellow in the centre of my flowers. A little bit with pink that's okay. Makes them stand out. And then I'm just going to colour in my green leaves. I'll skip school to do this. Yeah, I know you guys will. You'll get in trouble. This is very good for you though, actually. Very, very good for your motor skills, very good for your brain. Activity, very, very important skills to have. Make sure you do your schoolwork though, alright? Okay, let's colour in this kookaburra, yeah? Which colour are we going? Am I going yellow? I'm feeling yellow. I'm feeling yellow. Yeah? Let's go yellow. I'll do two colours. We'll do yellow around the head. Just to that first little ruffle there. Hopefully it's not going to run. Then I might just pull. And then I'm going to make the ruffles. The ruffles all that colour. And then I want a different colour under the bottom. I'm going to use some orange. As you guys know, I love using orange, yeah? You can tell because it's getting smaller and smaller on my paint palette. Look at that. Beautiful orange. Looks so nice against blue. I must have got some funny stuff on my brush. Brush has been weird. Ah, that's better. You can colour yours in realistically if you want, but I tend to love to put lots and lots of colour in mine. You have orange hair, you do, Amelia. I've seen it in a photo when your mum shared your unicorn one with me. Orange is a beautiful colour, I love it. Cute. And then I'm going to do the tail feather. Let's go pink, yeah? Why not? Let's go pink. Can we have a unicorn class? There is a unicorn class on my YouTube. So if you go Bubbles Art Studio on YouTube, you'll see how to draw a unicorn. And there's lots of other things on there as well, like how to draw a puppy, how to draw a flamingo, how to draw a bee, honeybee. So yeah, how to draw a unicorn. Yes, I already have that done on my YouTube page, Bubbles Art Studio. Let's go have a look. It's also on this Facebook page as well. So if you go into my videos actually and just look all the videos up on this page, the unicorn one should be on there. And you'll actually see some pictures of what some of the other students have drawn. Okay, I think I'm nearly done. I've done it in less than an hour, guys. It's a miracle. Oops, that's mixed in. Yeah? What do we think? Do I get a thumbs up? Coolio. Do I get a thumbs up for my picture today? Do I? Did I pass? What do we think? Let's pull it off, eh? It's my Kookaburra. Yeah? This is my picture. Alright guys, so you're probably still painting or colouring away. Take your time and do a really, really good job. When you have finished, I would love to see your work. Okay, so get mum or dad to take a photo of it and share it in the comments below on this video. That way we can all see what everyone's done. So thank you so much to all of you for joining, and for all of you who have come to the whole 4 of the online classes we've done. If you missed any of them, go and search for our videos on this page. All the videos are there. You can do those classes, and there's a whole lot of other drawing ones as well. But apart from that, enjoy the rest of your week. I will get back to you and let you know if we are doing some more live classes next week. Okay guys, so have a great day. Do your beautiful kookaburras and share them with me.